Hey indie game fans! Itch.io remains a pretty good resource to check out and discover cool new indie games, so today we'll take a look at a couple of them across a variety of my favorite genres. Special shoutout goes to Celeste Classic, the precursor to the indie hit of 2018, developed for a game jam almost 2.5 years before the big release of Celeste. It showcases how game jams can spawn fantastic ideas and indie games, and of course, most of these are first available on the site. Moving on, here are 10 upcoming playable itch.io indie games as of March 2019, some of which are in the process of becoming larger games, while others are just self-contained experiences that are worth checking out. In ProtoCorgi, play as Bullet, a spaceman's best friend in his quest to save his master, who was abducted by aliens. I love shoot 'em ups in general, and this one just oozes cuteness. Currently in development with a demo available. Metaverse Keeper is a pixel art top-down roguelite from a Chinese indie developer, which does somewhat explain the typos in the trailer, but of course still has my interest, playing as a variety of hyperspace heroes having to clear mysterious, procedurally generated dungeons named Bastions. The setup is fairly box standard, but the developers talk about something called chips, which are reality-altering fragments that seem to be part of the meta progression. Very Enter the Gungeon-like, so check out the demo. Vagrus the Riven Realms is a 2D strategy RPG which is one part trading simulator, one part choose your own adventure, and one part Darkest Dungeon. Playing as a caravan leader, you have to traverse the dark continent filled with arcane anomalies, twisted monsters, and the undead to seek your fame and fortune. There's a branching narrative with FTL-style options for each event or scenario, as well as a turn-based combat system that does look rather strategic. One thing which I particularly love is the art, which is just jaw-droppingly good, since it excellently portrays the barren, harsh desert world that they are building, and you can check out the prologue version right now. Marshmellow Day Spa is one of the most wholesome, pleasant, and cute games that I have seen, created for the Winter Game Jam 2019. You have to prepare the perfect hot cocoa bath for the other marshmallows, and due to the reception, the developers are turning it into a full game. Good Night is a top-down action-adventure dungeon crawler with procedurally generated dungeons, but interestingly, it's not described as a roguelite due to the permanence of the character and the persistent story campaign. It also has a more deliberate, Souls-like melee combat system with an emphasis on the weight of these attacks, with monster parts to be gathered for upgrades as well. Zelda fans take note, and there's both a free demo as well as an early access alpha version which you can pay for, which gets you all future updates and the full version when it is done. Witchway is an adorable puzzle platformer where you have to solve puzzles, save bunnies, and escape the dungeon. The puzzles look neat and the bunnies adorable, so don't miss out on this if you like puzzle games. The developers have announced that a deluxe version of Witchway is in development and planned for Switch and PC in 2020 with, I assume, more features and levels than this itch.io exclusive. The current version will eventually be renamed Witchway Classic in the same way as Celeste covered earlier, so keep an eye on this. Alright, so something a little different. Task Force Kampas is inspired by the golden age of Japanese shoot-em-ups and is one of those, but described as on steroids. Music can be an important part of games, but I would argue that it is critical here, since I really love the techno synthwave soundtrack, giving the action that punch, which keeps the player going. Visuals are impressive as well, due to the mix of color and pixel art. There's also a risk-reward system, where your health recovers if you stop firing, and to top it all off, this is fully out and available right now. Near the top of this list is Everhood, an RPG which touts itself as an innovative experience. The highlight has to be the combat, in quotes, which looks like a note highway of a rhythm game but your character has to dodge and jump over the nodes, so to speak. There's also a RPG style overworld, and of course, the developers do cite Undertale as an inspiration. Very unique, so you can try the vertical slice demo of the game right now, but this might still be a ways off from the 1.0 release. Finally, Glitched is yet another RPG with great pixel art and that also coveted Earthbound vibe. You can recruit a bunch of strange allies with a whole essence switching system which changes the personality of the main character and how other NPCs react to him, affecting the branching story and making this a choice-based RPG. All conflicts in this game can be sorted out by good old-fashioned talking, but failing which, there's a fate battle system which seems similar to your standard JRPG fare. There appears to be a deck building light system for combat, and the glitch in the title refers to a fourth wall breaking glitch that makes the main character aware of the player. Checking all the right boxes, this takes the number 1 spot. For more upcoming indie game new releases, check out the previous video or watch my recommended playlist, and I will see you after the jump.